Hey, welcome everybody. It is Saturday morning, August the 16th, I believe it is. Let me double check that, but I believe that. No, 17th. I'm one day behind. I've been working too much. Welcome, Saturday morning, August 17th. This is the very first public exposure of a company that I and my best friend have been working on for 2 years. And I'll go into that, but I want to introduce you to somebody right now that's super important in my life. Somebody that I met that means everything to me. He happens to be the owner of this company. I'll just kind of tell you how I met him. I met him prior to COVID in 2019. I met him through this great industry, as we know, as network marketing. And it's you get those kind of people in your life where you just hit it off, and it's kind of like you know what? We will be friends forever. And that's one of those people that I've had the opportunity to meet, had the opportunity to do business with, had the opportunity to build things with. I don't want to waste any time because I know he's got a super busy day. And folks, I really don't want to waste his time today or hold him long because we've got some things to do to launch this thing before the end of this month. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my friend out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, owner of this company, Mr. Shane Hendricks. Can you hear me okay?
I can, Ron. Can you hear me?
I can. Thank you, Shane, for being on this morning. Saturday morning for you, and you're super busy. But I wanted to bring you on, let the people know that there is a person behind this entire thing, and it happens to be my very good friend. Go ahead, Shane.
Hey, guys. Thanks for everybody getting on the call. I know Ron is super, super excited. We all are, but Ron is super excited. He couldn't wait. I mean, he's been waiting. He's been waiting weeks to get this call right here started and be able to say stuff on his Facebook page. You can just feel the excitement. I did want to get on the call and just so everybody can understand a little bit of where we're at as far as excitement level and why we're there and all that. Again, 5PC Global has been going now for close to 4 to 5 years. We've been working together with Ron, and Ron and I came up with this idea. It's been at least 2 years ago, and we have said the whole time we were going to do this. It has been a busy road because 5PC Global continued to grow, but we're excited. The biggest reason I'm excited is, guys, the timing. We did about 15 hours of Zoom calls Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. A lot of one-on-one calls with people that have been in the company for a while. Some brought 2 or 3 people, but they were supposed to be intimate Zoom calls to let everybody know where we were. I have never in my 30 years of network marketing have ever seen engagement like I saw. Timing, the way it felt with timing, the way it felt from what they were hearing and getting an understanding of how we're going to keep people engaged in our company. We all know that, to me, is the biggest part of network marketing companies, to keep your team engaged, to keep them kind of focused on what they're doing, because everybody's got their own lives every day. We all have things going on. But if we can drag you back and show you, what we have going on with Funsaver Network, after Ron gets through kind of explaining everything to you, you'll understand that we're going to keep everybody engaged. There's some things for engagement that we can't release yet and even tell you, but for affiliates and members of our organization, we're going to keep your people engaged all the time. The program that we have to give you your social media every single day, every time we do certain things in our company, we're going to feed you all the information that you need. It's never going to be easier for somebody to share and to stay engaged. But again, I appreciate everything Ron's done over the past couple of years. Guys, he is 90 miles an hour right now. You got somebody in your corner here that is absolutely going to work with you and work with your team, help you in any way you can. and that's Ron Pruitt, putting together comp plans, putting together everything. The man will do whatever he has to do to make this thing a success. And so
Okay,
we're glad to have you on the call.
I got to interrupt you, Shane. Listen, folks, I got to tell you something. Y'all don't know Shane like I know Shane. But what you're noticing right now is this. He never wants to talk about himself. He's that humble guy. He wants to talk about everybody else and wants to talk about how exciting stuff is. But I'm going to make him do it this morning. Shane, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us about how you started your business, how old you are, how many businesses you own. Let's get a little bit about Shane this morning. He's just humble. He don't like to do that much, but go ahead, Shane.
All right, we're going to do it quick because
Okay.
it's 30 something years, so we'll do it kind of fast. But originally 17 years old, started a small trophy shop in Chattanooga, Tennessee. At age, I believe 18, maybe 19, ended up buying another trophy shop that was brick and mortar. Throughout those years, just real quick, we had we just kept having all kinds of name tag orders come in. 70% of our orders were probably name tags, like ID badges that you would wear to car lot or real estate agent. I mean, they kept flooding in. And I remember saying, if I can ever find a way to sell those things nationally, we'll have a hold of something. Well, then here comes the internet. So we started a company called Name Tag Country. And Name Tag Country now has over 750,000 customers that we sell name tags and ID badges in 23 different countries. And so that's that is how we entered into the internet world, I guess you would say. Prior to that, at age probably 21, 22, I got into a multi-level marketing company and did extremely well in that. Had an incredible team, was flying all over the country telling the story. We didn't have the internet to tell the story, so we were doing it the old-fashioned way. We were just one-on-one, and actually, I say one-on-one. I went to La Mesa, Texas, and thought I was going to be in front of about 50 people, and there was about 3,000 people at a Coliseum. So it ended up not being one-on-one, but that is where my love for actually, I always say my love-hate relationship with multi-level marketing came, but that's where my love for multi-level came. There is no faster way of duplication. There is no better company. There's no better way that you can start a business that you can make unlimited money, not have to pay your own employees, not have to create your own advertisements and things like that. You cannot start a business as cheap as what Ron's about to tell you. You can start a business here and be a part of something. So then after that, just dabbled in a couple of other things. That company, we were putting people in so fast in that company, they couldn't write the checks fast enough. I remember hearing them say that 200,000 people went in one day in that company, and they just couldn't write the checks fast enough. It was again, no internet at that time. So, but fast forward, I still have the original company. 35 years later, the Plaque Shack is still the umbrella company. We have 5PC Global. I have 6 other companies. We won't go into what all they are, but we have 6 other companies. One of them is part of what Funsaver Network's about. And again, I'll let Ron kind of explain all that here in a little while. But so it's been a fun road. 5PC Global has been an interesting business. We talked to consultants when we first started. They said, "Hey, you got a tough road ahead of you because it's business to business." So we kept trudging along, and we have built a real good business with Funsaver. With 5PC Global. And as you'll hear in a moment, Funsaver Network is going to help all 5PC Global customers save money. Very interesting concept, very exciting concept, and we just can't wait to work with each and every one of you. So, Ron,
Well, here we go, Mr. Hendricks.
Yeah.
Again, Shane, thank you for showing up this morning. I appreciate you for doing so. I know we've got a long road ahead of us, and we're moving like the speed of lightning. And all I want to say is this: get to work. You got a big day. We got to get this thing ready. We got a lot of people to take care care of, man.
I do have a big day today, but we're excited. There is a lot to do. Can't wait to get our free launch started. And guys, I'm excited about, again, we're calling it free launch because most of the time in pre-launch, there's nothing to do but sign people up. We are not doing that. We have free launch, which means we're actually going to have things going on during that launch. So it's we're just going to be letting everybody do it for free. And again, I won't steal any of Ron's thunder today. I'm going to let him tell the whole story. Clyde, watch him. Make sure he doesn't say anything he's not supposed to. Make sure his excitement sometimes will put some words in his mouth. But anyways, love you, Ron. Love everybody on the call, and look forward to.
Love you too, brother. Have a fantastic day. I'm here if you need me.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you.
All right, guys. Hey, listen, let's just roll right into it. Again, thanks everybody for being here this Saturday morning. I want to tell you guys something. Most of you know me from the Facebook, and we've followed each other for a while. I want to give you something that's happened in my life in the last year. Most of you have watched me in different companies. Most of you know that I normally have success in all of them that I've done. But I can tell you a year ago next month, I was pretty frustrated with this industry. There was nothing out there that made me get excited. There was nothing out there that made me want to go do something in the network marketing industry because I could literally see what was happening. I could see MLM companies losing a lot of money. Not all, I'm not saying all, but a lot of them. And I could see things that was going to happen that these companies were going to have to do for their bottom line. And here we are a year later. Well, I've ventured off into another industry. I ventured off into the digital marketing industry, the educational e-learning industry. Most of you saw me do that. It was fantastic. Still is fantastic. That education I received over there is phenomenal. Absolutely. I learned things I never even knew. But during that process, I had kind of written off joining any companies in the MLM/network marketing arena. The reason I did that, because I saw here recently what was happening. I understand business. I saw companies having to do things like chop their compensation plan to an affiliate compensation plan, which cost people tremendous amounts of money that had been with that company for years, building a team. And when you chop their team of 20, 30, 40 levels deep and you make it 2 levels, they lose all that money. And that's exactly what's been going on in the industry lately. And I just kind of stepped away. And it's a good thing I did. God has a plan for everything that you do. And I stepped away, got a great education, still doing that, still learning, still educating myself. But I knew in my heart of hearts that there was something that I always wanted to do in MLM/network marketing. But what I couldn't do, I couldn't trust my future in any other business owner's hand that I didn't know, because I don't know what they're going to do tomorrow. I don't know what they're going to do when they change the comp plan. I don't know. And most of all, I could not see myself going and building a team for another owner that I didn't know who they are, and I didn't know what their future was, and I didn't know what they were going to do, because I've worked very hard to keep a good name in this industry. And that's not easy to do. And I just can't see myself bringing people into something that I don't know if it's going to last or not. So lo and behold, I knew that for the past 2 years, that gentleman you just saw, Shane Hendricks and myself, we had been toying with an idea. We had been talking about what we want to do. We've been talking about putting something together that was totally different, off the cuff, that nobody had seen. That was 1. 2, making it completely affordable. And 3, making a compensation plan that people could truly make great money at, everybody. And then also supporting the entire team, the entire group, to make it easy for you to bring new members on. And that's exactly what we put together. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So let's get started. First thing you want to know is the name of the company. The name of the company is Funsaver Network. Funsaver Network. Why is that the name? Well, we're going to have a lot of fun here. When I finish by today, you'll know why. It's all about saving you money. That's what it's about. And it's about being in a network. It's about networking. That's what it's about. So let me walk you down this road. Let me see if I can paint a picture in your mind. So let's say that you and your husband, or you and your wife, or you and your family, whatever the case may be, you're walking down the road and you see a store, and on the top of that store, you see this sign that says Funsaver Network. And you're going, oh, that's interesting. Let's go look at Funsaver Network. So you go over to the door and you realize that when you get to the door, the only way you get to go shop in this store is you have to be a member. Kind of like a Costco, kind of like a Sam's Club, okay? Luckily, you happen to be a member of this Funsaver Network. When you enter the door, there's different aisles in the store. You have an aisle over here that has digital products. And when I say digital products, I mean everything you can imagine, because what Shane didn't tell you, he also owns a digital company, right? So everything you can imagine inside that store to brand yourself, brand your business, promote your business, draw traffic, everything's in there, everything, right? And remember, since you're a member of Funsaver Network, everything we talk about is at exclusive, huge discounts, and I'll explain why. Then the second aisle, you look down that aisle and it says health and wellness. Everything down the health and wellness aisle is only there because it meets a certain criteria. It was developed by a doctor, number one. It was formulated by a great company, number two. Number three, it's all backed by science. Everything down that aisle, everything, right? And again, it is all completely, hugely discounted because you're a member. Then you have another aisle over here, and another company of Shane's. This is what I'm trying to say is what we're doing is not something we just embarked upon. It's been going on forever. So you have another aisle. Some of you might remember this because you might be old as me. I don't know. But we had these stores a long time ago called Things Remembered in the malls. Hold your hand up if you remember Things Remembered. I remember Things Remembered. It's where you could walk into a store and they had everything under the sun that you could get engraved. That was, buy it, give it to your person. Celebrations, birthdays, holidays, anniversaries, new birth, whatever it is. That's going to be down that aisle that you'll be able just to go, I'm getting this for so-and-so, I'm getting this for so-and-so, huge celebration. You write down what you want engraved on it, they do it, send it out for you. Again, hugely discounted. And last but not least, for the moment, as we get older, those aisles will get more and more and more. But last but not least is something called drops. This is one thing that makes us totally different than anything you've ever seen in this industry. No one's ever done this. And again, this is something that's already happening. Shane's already doing this. So let me explain to you what drops are. Drops are something that we're going to do every day, every other day, whatever it is. Let me explain to you first. Shane has a company where he literally every day has people on auctions across the country, sometimes around the world. He finds overstock. He finds stuff that's misprinted, whatever it is. He buys these things by the truckloads. Guys, it range anywhere from air fresheners to your car to a new car. He buys these things, right? I'll give you an example. Not too long ago, he found 1,200 hoverboards. Who knows what a hoverboard is? He bought these hoverboards brand new in the box for, I'm not going to say, very, very cheap. Okay? He had them shipped to his company in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He put them on Amazon and sold them like 55 bucks a piece. They were gone in a day, in one day. Another thing he did, in England, there's these strollers that are made called eye candy. They're like the upper echelon of strollers. On Amazon, they sold for $1,200. Well, Shane bought a truckload of them, brought them in. He could get them to you and to your door with shipping for 300 bucks. These are the things we're going to be doing all the time. All the time. So when I tell you these drops are important, not only are they important because you get fantastic deals, Another reason why they're important is this. Most of your MLM companies, most of your network marketing companies, hear exactly how they work. I've been doing this since 1991, pretty much got them figured out. You join the company, whether it's a service company, whether it's a product company. You join the company, you buy the service, you're using the service. Normally, you don't go back and check in your back office, or you don't go look at the other products because you bought the one that you wanted. You never have to return. You're good to go. Okay. And if you are building a team, if you are building a business, normally you just check in your back office to see who has joined and how big your team is. You don't ever go back to the site where all the products and services are because you have what you want. Same thing with a health and wellness product or a physical product. You join the company, you buy the product, you get on auto ship, you know it's coming every month. You kind of disengage from the page unless you're building a team, and then you're just watching your back office to see how well it grows or how well it doesn't grow. So there's no engagement. There's no engagement happening there. One of the problems that I've seen for years is that issue. It's hard for people to stay engaged if they're not going back and plugging in. So here's where we're changing the game. Those drops that are happening all the time, I know Lou's going to love this when I say this. Who remembers Kmart? You remember Kmart? Who remembers Kmart? I remember Kmart. You remember when you were in Kmart, there we go. For the next 15 minutes, a blue light special on aisle 6. Remember that? Where would you go when you heard that? Aisle 6 for the next 15 minutes, and you're getting there quickly. That's exactly what we're doing. But every day, you're going to have communication about, okay, here's what today is. Here's what we're going to be doing. And you're going to be checking in to see what the drops are. It keeps them engaged. We're doing everything to keep them engaged. And the reason we're doing that is simple, because it's going to help you grow your team. And then here's another thing we're doing. Another engagement process is we are going to have one of the criteria for the health and wellness products that I've already told you. There's something more. They have to be willing to come on what we're going to call Wellness Wednesdays. Wellness Wednesdays is where the doctor, the formulator, or whoever's doing that product is going to come on every Wednesday. There might be a doctor this week, formulator next week, another doctor. We're going to keep going like that, called Wellness Wednesdays. It's going to be a live Zoom just like this. And they're going to tell you who they are, why it's formulated the way it is, the science behind it, why you need to be on it, what it does for you, how long it's been out. So we're going to let the experts come on board and tell you exactly what the product is and why it is what it is and why you should be on it and the science behind it. That's what we're doing. So what does that do for you? Makes it very simple for you to go, hey, there's this doctor talking about this great product out. It's on the Zoom. Want to go? That's it. You get them on the Zoom, and when they're on the Zoom, they're going to go, I need to buy that. Oh, perfect. You got to be a member. You got to be a member of the club to get those prices. Let me tell you how important one of the companies, and I'm excited about this company. They're amazing. They happen to be the formulator. They happen to be the manufacturer. They happen to be the distributor. There is no middleman with them. No middleman at all. And they do not allow their product to be sold on Amazon or eBay. How many times have you been in a company with a health and wellness product and you're trying to give it to your friends and let them see it, but you go to Amazon and there it is? Cheap. How many times has that happened to you? Has it happened to you before? Because it's happened to me. They don't allow their product to be on Amazon or eBay. No. If they see it, you will take it down immediately. Immediately. But they're so excited about what we're doing and what we're putting together. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're a member on Funsaver Network and you go, you know what? I want to buy that product because they have a patented way it gets into your body. It's all creams, I'll tell you. Everything they have, 36 different products, health and wellness products, it's all creams. They go on your epidural. That's how they enter your bloodstream, okay? So you go, I'm going to buy that. So you buy it. You go to Funsaver Network and you buy it, and it gets sent to you. And yes, of course, it has their branding on it. It has the company on it, right? And you go, well, let me go look at this company and see how much Funsaver Network is charging over their price. You go to their website and you look at their website, and here's what you see. The product you just bought in your hand costs more from the founder and the manufacturer than what you bought it at Funsaver Network. It costs more when you go to the source than with FSN. So while you're not going to buy it from them, you're going to buy it from Funsaver Network because that's the least expensive. So we're doing these things that are amazing. We're doing these things that are absolutely going to help you. So Funsaver Network has been a concept for 2 years. We are at the cusp of putting this thing together with everything that we just talked about, and it will expand from there. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how do I get involved? When do I get involved? What are we going to do? How much does it cost? These questions come up. I want to make this really simple for you. Stick around, don't leave, because I'm also going to show you the compensation plan when we get to the end of this. Okay. I'll just tell you now, the exorbitant cost of being a member for Funsaver Network is $25 a month. That's it, $25 a month. And you're probably wondering, well, how are the prices going to be so low? This is not a new concept. This is a concept that's been around forever. Most of your network marketing companies, the reason they pay you so much money, it's simple. They pay you so much money because they upgrade the price of the product because that's where the commissions come from. Sometimes they're 10, 12, 15% higher than what it costs to make it. And that's because you get paid commissions on product movement. We're not paying commissions on product movement here. We're not. We're paying commissions on the membership. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, you know, I've seen a couple of those companies that pays on memberships, and you got to have 14 million people before you make any money. Get that out of your mind. Get that out of your mind. This is not what that is. When I show you the comp plan, you'll understand. You'll absolutely understand. Look, I stated I've been doing this for 35 years of my 63-year-old life. I've seen those companies. They're great companies, great concept, but their compensation plan just doesn't do it for me because my thought process is simple. I don't care if it's this company or that company. To build a team and share with people takes the same amount of work. It's just the same amount of work. But there's some things that can make it better, and there's some things that can make sure you get paid the way you should for the work that you're putting in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to kind of go over what the pre-launch is going to look like. I'm calling it a free launch, as Shane said. I don't like to call it pre-launch. Everybody says pre-launch. We're not going to say pre-launch. We're going to say free launch. As Shane said, you'll see why. So we are in the month of August. Before the end of this month, we are absolutely going to start the free launch. I don't have an exact day, but I can tell you that it will be before the end of this month for free launch. Okay? What does that mean to you? That means that you're going to receive a replicated website. You're also going to receive an ID number. Nobody's paying any money, no money. You're going to get an ID number. You're going to be able to share that website with others so they can come on for free, so they can learn more about the company, because we're going to be doing Zooms and talking about it. But they're also going to be positioning themselves because everything will be done by date and timestamp. Date and timestamp on the free launch. Okay. So that's going to happen before the end of the month. Now, with that said, here's another thing that's going to make us different. During that free launch, from the day we pull the trigger on the free launch to the day we go live, it's going to be approximately 4 to 6 weeks, but not longer than 6 weeks, I can tell you. Our deadline is 6 weeks. We want to get it done sooner, but we're giving us till 6 weeks to complete it all, to finish everything in the back office, everything, right? If you're not hearing what I'm telling you, if you've ever wanted to be first, you're first. Congratulations. You're in that position first, okay? So 4 to 6 weeks. During that 4 to 6 week free launch, here's what we're doing. Remember I told you about the doctors and the formulators going to be doing Wellness Wednesdays? We're going to be doing Wellness Wednesdays during the free launch. So you can literally bring your people to Wellness Wednesdays, and the engagement's going to be there. Because again, all your network marketing companies, when they do a pre-launch, what do? Here's your replicated website, go sign up the world. I mean, that's how it goes. And then they kind of step out. And then 6 weeks later, they go, okay, everybody pay. And what happens in that scenario, since there's no engagement, 35 to 45% of everybody that came in on the pre-launch, they don't pay their money. They don't pay. They're just going, I'm not doing it. Because there was no engagement. There's nothing there to get them excited. So during our free launch, we will be doing Zooms. We will be having doctors. We will be having formulators. And that will happen on Wellness Wednesdays. And you can invite your free people. You can invite people to look to become a free person. Let them get your people excited. Not only that, Mr. Shane Hendricks has agreed that during that period, we will be doing live drops. And your people can get involved, whether they're on the program or not. If they're just in the free launch, they'll be able to plug in and see the live drops. And you have the opportunity to purchase at a huge discounted rate if it's something that you want. So we're going to have engagement during the free launch. Why do we do that? We do it for us and you. Because when we do pull the trigger and go, we're going live 4 to 6 weeks later, your people that's been plugged in are going to go, I'm paying. I don't want to miss this. So I hope that makes sense to you, because engagement is everything. Engagement is everything when it comes from, yes, it is. Write your questions down. When we get to the end, I will answer all of your questions. Okay. So that's the engagement that we're going to have. Now, what I'm going to do next. So now you know it's Funsaver Network. You kind of know what we're going to be doing. It's kind of like a Costco / Sam's Club, huge discounted rates. You know, Costco has a great idea. And when they first launched Costco, it was amazing that you could be a member and walk in the store and buy things at a huge discounted price. Over the time, here's what's happened. They have so much overhead in employees and buildings and parking lots and everything that they do around the country. You can save money, but you need to go buy 10 gallons of ketchup. You have to buy in bulk. That works great for offices. That works great for businesses. But for your home, some things, yeah, but not everything. I have a Sam's Club. I have those memberships. Yes, I do go shop for things and I understand how it works, but it's mainly built for bulk buying. Okay, we're different. This is not about bulk buying. This is about singular buying if that's what you want to do. There could be a bulk buying coming later, but that's a whole nother story. So what I want to do now, I want to go ahead and show you the compensation plan. Okay, this is where you're going to want to really pay attention. Write down your questions. I will answer them at the end. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can share my screen. Bear with me. Share. Yes. Okay. Can you guys see it okay? Let me know. Welcome you to the Funsaver Network.
We see it.
Oh, you do see it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Let me start it over. Okay. So here you go, guys. Hello, let me welcome you to the Funsaver Network compensation plan. My name is Ron Pruitt. I'm happy to do this for you today. Let's get started. As everyone knows, you must have an earning disclaimer if you're going to be talking about money. I'll give you a second to read this, or better yet, you could just copy it so we don't have to sit here very long. Let's get started. So the first thing you need to know in the compensation plan, there are only 3 parts to this compensation plan. As we move forward, I will break each one down for you so you have a complete understanding of what this is and how it absolutely works. So the very first part of this compensation plan is the fast start bonus, okay? So let's be clear on what a member means. When you become a member with Funsaver Network, that's going to be $25 a month, and you're going to pay a one-time fee of $40 for all the setups. You'll never pay the $40 ever again in your life. It's not annual, it's one time. So once you do this, you're going to have your position in the company. You'll have your position in Funsaver Network, right? Here's what you're going to receive. You bring in other personally sponsored members. You're going to receive 50% of the $25 on the very first $25 payment and the $40. That's going to be $32.50 per member you bring in
on their very first initial payment. So you can bring in as many as you want. I'm going to show this in segments of threes. So you bring in your first one, $32.50, second one, $32.50, third one, $32.50. You can keep going, but we're going to stop there. Then there's another level, which is the second level. That's 10% or $6.50 of everybody your first level, your personals bring in. So this person gets three, this one gets three, this one gets three. That's $6.50 to you on each and every one of those. Let's say hypothetically, you spend some time, you bring in over time 100 members for $25 a month. And let's say 1 week, all 100 bring in one person in a week. That's $650 in a week at the $6.50. So it's pretty big. It can get pretty big over time. Then there's a third level. That's 1%, 65 cents for every person that your second level brings in. That's huge. That can turn into quite an income. Fast start bonuses, okay? Now this portion of the compensation plan is paid weekly. It's paid every week. So let's say you come in, you have a week to build your business. That is paid to you the second week. So there's always 1 week in the rear. The second part of the compensation plan is the 3x10 matrix. Now, before I go into the money of the 3x10 matrix, I want everybody to understand how a matrix works, because a lot of people don't understand it. They're saying, I don't get any spillover. I don't believe in spillover. We'll talk about that at another time. But I want to show you exactly how it works. So let's say this is my position. I'm in the company. This is me. And I bring in 3 people, you being one of them. Let's say that you're the very first person I brought in, okay? That's you. Now, it's a 3x10, so it doesn't matter if I bring in 10 people, 100 people, 200 people. I can only have 3 on the very first part. 3x10 meaning my first level is 3 wide and it goes 10 levels deep. 3 wide, 10 levels deep, okay? But I brought 3 people in, and for some reason, these 3 people, they're not doing anything right now. That's perfectly fine. So I bring in another one. It's going to place that person underneath my first person simply because it has to go to. That's called spillover for the very first person in my business. They're still not doing anything, so I bring in another one. It's going to go to the second person. It doesn't go to the first person again. It goes to the second person. And then they're still not doing enough, and I bring in another one. It goes to the third person. You might be asking, why does it not all go underneath the number one? That would be kind of crazy. It's better to help people see somebody fall underneath them quickly so they will go to work. Watch. So the very person goes, there's somebody underneath. I need to do something. And they put their second person in. Now, they're getting paid on all 3 of those people, even though I put one there. Anybody in your matrix, whether you put them there or not, you get paid for it. So let's go to the second person. They're going, somebody put somebody in there. Let me put somebody in. And then they kind of cool off, and then I put another one in. The third person still hasn't woke up. I put another one in. Then they put another one in. See how this is working? Now there's 9 people on level 2. And then each one of these people put 3 in. Just base this on 3. You can put as many as you want, because it's going to fall down in the matrix and it helps other people because it's going to fall below them. So now there's 27. Okay. Now, one of the things people always ask is, why am I not getting spillover? Why am I in this matrix and nothing's falling below me? Because a lot of people don't understand how a matrix works. Watch. I am at the top of this matrix. Okay. So you see my matrix inside the yellow lines. Everybody here is in my matrix, but everybody has their own 3x10 matrix. Remember I told you you're my first one I put in. You have your own matrix. See how it starts with 3 and it just fills up down there. The second person, they have their own matrix. The third person, they have their own matrix. The only people that's going to help you get spillover is going to be me, probably a person above me, but every time it gets deeper, it takes longer to get back to you because I'm helping all 3 of these people, right? So if you think the second position, as they're building their matrix, is going to come over here, it's not. It's going to stay inside this proximity. Same thing here. You don't get anything from these people. You get it from me because I have to fill up across here, then I fill up again, So, and it probably comes from a person up here above you. So as long as you understand that there's two things in this business, spillover takers and spillover makers. I will tell you the spillover makers do much, much better than the spillover takers. Nothing like that. So now that you understand exactly how this matrix works and how it's put together, let's go see the money that can make. So let's remember 3 by 10 matrix. This is your position. Let me show you how easy this could be. Let's say that you come in, you're a member. You take 30 days to bring in your first 3 members. 30 days. Okay. Now you have your level 1 full. There's 3 people there. But let's say those 3 people that you brought in, they take 30 days to bring in their 3 people. Well, if each one of them brings in 3, that's 9 people on your level 2. Now you're 2 months into it. There's 12 people in your matrix. Let's say those 9 people take 30 days to bring in their 3. There's 27. See all these numbers just times 3. That's how it works. Let's say every month, 27 takes a month. You're 4 months in, there's 81. 81 takes a month. And since it's a 3 by 10 matrix, well, it go 10 levels deeper, then it's done. It's finished, right? What does that mean? That means there's 88,602 people possibly that could be in your matrix in a process of 10 months. Now, I know that's a perfect world. I know we don't live in a perfect world. I get it. I understand. Okay. But now let me show you how it pays you. Pay attention. As you come in as a member, let's say, Ron, I'm not sponsoring anybody. Okay, that's fine. You'll have to. But watch. Everybody in this matrix, whether you put them there or not, is worth $1 to you. $1. So level 1, everybody puts $1. Level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, 6, 7, 8. Since you sponsored no one, you are allowed to pick up the matrix compensation through level 1 through 8, and that's it. But here's what it shows you. If those people 1 through 8 times $1, that's $9,840 a month that you possibly can make, and you never sponsored anybody, but it's not probable you're going to make it. I've never seen a business where you do nothing and make money. I just haven't. It's probably not going to happen, but it's possible. If you've got people above you that's building and building and filling up your matrix, it's possible. It's just not probable. But you go, okay, Ron, I get it. I'm going to go put 2 members in. Well, you see the next column is FSN Duo, Funsaver Network Duo. You put 2 people in. Well, the numbers remain the same. Everything remains the same through level 8. But now, since you put 2 people in, you've opened up level 9. You have level 9. Look at the difference. It went from 9,840 a month to 29,523 because there's 19,683 people on level 9 from 4. That's why it jumped. Okay, Ron, I get it. I'm going to go put 3 more people in so I can have 5 people that I personally brought in. The numbers remain the same all the way down to level 9, but you've opened up level 10. And we already know that when your matrix is full, it's 88,602 people. That means it's $88,602 a month. Now remember, I know this would be a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. But what if you completed 10% of that for $8,800 a month? Just 10% in 10 months or 6 months or whatever. And it just continues to grow. It's a great compensation plan. This is only one part of your residual income that you get paid every single month. This is paid once a month. There's a third part that we're going to go into. It's coded bonuses. Now, a lot of people don't understand bonuses. So I made this explanation so people can truly understand how coded bonuses work, okay? Let's say this is your sponsor. This is the person that brought you in as a member, okay? When they bring you in as a member, here you are, there's your position. You bring in your first member, your second member, and your third member. The minute you have 3 members, the computer looks at those 3 members and it randomly just picks one of them. And it hands that person to your sponsor only in the coded bonus, not in the matrix, not in the fast start, only the coded bonus. then you put in your fourth one or your fifth one, and it does it one more time. It looks at the four, randomly picks one, hands that to your sponsor. Now, before you go crazy and go, that's not good, it's great. Watch what I'm telling you. Because first thing you need to know is this. Your first five, you're only passing up two. After five, you will never pass up another, and you're not losing them in the matrix, and you're not losing them in the fast time, okay? So here's the deal. These people that are still coded to you, they're going to go do exactly what you did, meaning they're going to bring in five. When they bring in five just like you did, they have to pass up two to you. Your second person brings in five, they pass up two to you. Your third person brings in five, they pass up two to you. Now, you have six people coded you right there. You didn't bring them in. You don't know who they are. They came through the people that you sponsored. You don't even know. They came from the three people because every time they get five, you got to pass them up to you. Now that these six are coded to you, what do you think happens when they go get their five? Okay. The first one goes and gets their five. You didn't throw them into business, but they're coded to you, right? When they go get their five, two are passed to your coded bonus, passed up to you. When the second one gets their five, two more are passed up to you. When the third one gets their five, two more are passed up. You see this is working? Very simple. Very simple, but a lot of people don't understand it. Now, what you're seeing here is that it's always doubling. We started with three. When they passed up two, it went to six. When all six of these passed up two, it went to 12. And when all 12 of these get their five, and each one of these segments of five passes up two, it doubles again. It goes to 24. Then it goes to 48. Then it goes to 96. And all of these people, except these three, you don't know them. You don't know them. This thing just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. Now remember, you don't have to stop at five. You can keep bringing people in because after your first five, you don't pass up anybody anymore. They all stay with you. Coded bonuses. So here's another five you brought in as members. What happens when they bring in their five? Two are passed up to you again. So it just continues. The more members you bring in, the bigger your coded bonus can happen. But I'm showing you this just on everybody bringing in five, okay? Because after the first five, you never pass up any more, only two out of the first five. So this is how the structure works. So let's go see how the coded bonus pays you. Okay, let's remember, here's your sponsor, here is you. You bring in your first three. Computer finds, randomly picks one, passes it to your sponsor. You bring in four, number five, randomly find one, pass it to your sponsor. Okay? Now, when they bring in their five, remember, two's coded to you, two's coded to you, two's coded to you. But what? All this I'm going to show you is based on everybody just getting five. That's it. Okay, so on your very first level, the three that's still there coded to you, everybody is worth $3 a piece to you. That's $9. Okay. Now your second level, remember, 2, 4, 6, because when they got their five, they passed up to you. Remember we said doubles. There's 6 right there. Times $3. That's 18. It's going to double again. Remember, 6 goes to 12. Times $3. 12 goes to 24. Times $3. 24 goes to 48. Times $3. This is only everybody doing five. In this whole scenario, the only thing you did was bring in five. That's it. You have, and what you're looking at right here, you've done nothing else. And everybody else has only done five. They've done nothing else. Now you can bring in more, and I suggest you do, but I'm just giving you this scenario. 96, 192, 384. See how it keeps doubling? It just keeps doubling. And let's stop there. Let's just stop there. All of this happened because you brought in five, and then they brought in five, and then they brought in five. All of this right here, folks, when you take all these people, which is 24,573 people that's coded to you, times $3, it's $73,719. Again, I get it. This is a perfect world. We don't live in a perfect world. Again, what if you did only 10%? It's $7,300 a month. Now let me throw something else at you. This 24,573 right here, or whatever this number is, because this is all perfect, those are all worth $1 a piece to you because these people are also in your matrix. They're in your matrix, not just here, but you're making when it comes to this, and they're in your matrix. Great compensation. Okay? And remember, after the first 5, you never pass any more to your sponsor. So what if you keep going? Because you don't have to stop at 5. You keep going. Okay? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, since you brought them in as a member and they're coded to you, when they bring in 5, 2 is passed to you, 5, 2 is passed to you, 5, 2 is passed to you. It never stops. Every member you bring in, they pass up 2 and they get 5. Now you got those, when they get 5, they pass. It just keeps doubling. I hope you understand the power of this part of the compensation plan, because again, this is another part of your residual, and it will be out once a month, just like the matrix, because it is part of your residual. Folks, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I hope this compensation plan makes sense, and with all of the value, everything we're going to have in Funsaver Network, it is going to be very simple for you to bring in new members. So I hope you have a great day. Congratulations, everybody. Look forward to working with you. Have a fantastic day. God bless.
All right, everybody, hold 1 second. Let me bring it back to where I can see what's going on here. Hold on, everybody. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. If you happen to be a person that has a question after everything you just saw, I want you to raise your hand. I will unmute you. Other than that, we'll have a mess going on. Raise your hand. I will answer your question and we'll move on. Now's the best time to ask the question. Here's what I want as well. Remember, you're one of the very first people that saw this. And the only thing I know in this industry, on any company in this industry, it's normally the people that come in early, because normally the people that start bringing something new to social sites, TikTok, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, the first ones are normally the ones that get the most eyes looking at them. So let me do this. Let me stop the recording real quick. Hold on. That way you can ask your questions. Let's see if we find the recording.